I feel like the response here was pretty good. People seem to really dig your awesome show. But I want to start with the executive producers. Matt, Chris, and Julie. Tell me a little bit about how this project came about for you all.
This project came about really out of a simple meeting I was having, a friendly meeting at Warner Brothers, talking about the kind of stuff I like to do and the kind of television I like to make, and I said, I love telling stories about ordinary people in extraordinary circumstances so that I can live in themes of love and family and loss and friendship, and then, you know, scare the hell out of people in any way possible. And I said that sort of as an afterthought, I'm like, oh, and I love virus movies, I love anything. I love The Stand, I love Contagion, I love Outbreak, you know, and they had just actually coincidentally purchased a format out of Belgium called Cordon, which was this series, and they were nice enough to give me a shot at adapting it for American television, and then I was fortunate enough to get partnered with these two wonderful gentlemen who saw it through the whole way along with me.
Here she is. Rob's gonna sit on the end. I was not supposed to call him first, but Diane, she's gonna come over here. David Anders. Ali Mashaka. Raul Coley. So, first of all, wanted to congratulate everyone on season 3, the big renewal. It's such amazing news, it's so exciting. How did you guys react to that? We had some drinks to celebrate.
I got really drunk.
It was 10 a.m.
I remember getting a phone call from Dan Etheridge, who's our executive producer on the set up in Vancouver, and he said, he called from an unusual number, and my alarms just went off. I was like, oh gosh, what's happened? And he was like, what? I was like, who's died? I was like, no one's died, Rose. And I was like, who's fired? He said, nobody's fired. He was like, you need to change your mindset. We've got a 3rd season. And I was so happy. It was a relief, I'll give it that.
I think it was mine.
And I imagine that things are much the same in The Conjuring too. And you know, the Warrens were interesting because it's sort of an evergreen territory. They investigated so many cases. How did you decide on which case you kind of wanted to go with for The Conjuring 2?
Yeah, that definitely was part of the challenge at the start. Was, you know, they say they've investigated, I don't know, like between 4,000 to 10,000 cases in their lifetimes. And so yeah, it was a bit of a challenge to decide which one would be, you know, the next story to follow up the first Conjuring with. But we knew that we had to, I guess I could give a little bit of spoilers away here, but not too much. But we knew that in some way we had to touch on their most famous case, and that is Amityville. And so Amityville does, in a lot of ways, dictated the rest of what the movie was going to be, and that's why we landed on the Enfield case, because what we want to do is, you know, the Enfield case and Amityville are probably the 2 most documented paranormal cases in history. And so you know, we wanted to find a story that kind of mirrors each other, and that's what we went with.
Cool. Well, let's. How's it going, David?
It's going good. I've never been in front of this kind of crowd before. Yeah.
So I think just a year ago, David, you were still in your apartment in Sweden, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was March last year then when we got the call that, you know, yeah, movie's happening. Can you get here next week? You know, so it's, all right, lock the door, get on a plane, and make a movie in Hollywood. Yeah.
And James, how did you kind of decide that you wanted this to be one of the flagship films for Talent Monster?
Well, I think what I love about the concept and what I love about Eric's script is that it's a fun movie, right? It's a fun horror film, and I kind of I want to start off making the kind of films that I loved growing up as a kid. Fun horror movies that are scary, but at the same time, after you finish it, you go, oh, that's so exciting. I love to see more of them, and that was really the criteria for us.
And David, did you have any trepidation about tackling a feature of this nature? I mean, based on your short, or?
Absolutely. I mean, the first time I ever set foot on a film set, it was as the director of the film. So it's like, yeah, there were nightmares and stuff like that. But it worked out pretty well.
It definitely worked out. Let's take a look at the trailer for that one.
I mean, not only was I fortunate enough to direct a Hollywood movie, produced by James Wan himself, but I got to work with one of my favorites as well. Please welcome Bello. Saw a little bit of her in the trailer, but she's also the star of the short and the co-creator of the short. My wife, Lotta Luska. And we have a person who was the first one to say, I want to make this into a film, and the one who put this all together, got James on board and got great writer Eric Heiser on board and made sure that this turned into a film. Producer Lawrence Gray.
And while we talk, there's also going to be a Q&A line if you guys want to start lining up for questions of your own for David or James or Lawrence. So when you guys got involved in this movie, I actually saw the movie with you, Maria, and you were screaming throughout it. Did you have any idea how terrifying the kind of movie would be?
I definitely had no idea. What I did know is when I saw your short, I was like this on my computer screen, so I had a feeling it might turn out like that. But literally, I was sitting with my friends Heidi and Sarah, and the entire time Heidi was going, "Oh my God!" And I watched between my fingers. That's when I knew it was pretty good, because I actually knew what was going to happen, and I was still scared.
And David, what was?
That little flyer. Just curious. Make way, everyone, please.
Keep moving. All's clear, please. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Keep moving.
And there's people in front of us.
Excuse me.
I would take pictures, but Oh, more t-shirts. You get to meet the